Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Story Nook. Audio probably sounds a bit different. That's because I'm recording in my bedroom because I have a doctor's appointment today, so I'm not recording in the car. I also have had daily migraines and headaches for like the past 2.5 weeks, so yay me. Our first story, we're going to be reading Tales from Workers 1. Welcome back. Grab your tea, your water, your coffee, your hot cocoa, whatever it is you want to drink, and let's dive in. Today we're going to be reading Tales from Workers. Our first one, I had pulled up into a tab, and then at some point after I had pulled it into the tab, it got deleted, so I had to go through this lovely thing called the Wayback Machine and find the post because I still had, like, the title and everything. But it was posted in Tales from Your Server, and was posted by Tortoise Puck. And it is called I Served a Table of 2 7-year-olds on a Date. I've been in the industry for 10 years, and this was by far my favorite table I've had. Because, we need some wholesome stuff, and I needed more wholesome stories. I work in an upscale restaurant. During my shift tonight, the hostess came up to me to inform me they were about to double seat me, because one table was parents and the other were their kids on a date. They wanted to be a different table so their parents wouldn't embarrass them, but their parents wanted to be nearby to supervise it easily cover the check. And they are 7-year-olds, so that makes sense. So they double sat me. I went to the parents' table first to make sure we were all on the same page, and they told me the kids could order whatever they want, and when I turned to go to the kids, and tonight is homecoming in my town. So I assumed it was going to be high schoolers, but I walked up to these 2 7-year-old kids just sitting at a high top. They had kids' menus and were just giggling, their feet dangling like crazy. I asked if I could get them something to drink. The little boy was like, ask her. I asked if I could get any appetizers started for them, and the boy ordered mussels, like wine broth, shallots, PEI mussels, and a side of toast for both. Sorry. My breathing is shit right now. And I'm just like, oh, cute. They ate every single piece. When I asked them how it was, the girl told me she had never had mussels before in her whole life, and he convinced her to try them, and she loved them, and he was just beaming. Oh, I went to the parents' table, and told them the kids are incredibly mature and so cute, and they told me the 2 were the same age and have always lived on the same street, so they have grown up together and have always had this kind of like crush on each other. They got chicken tenders and fries for dinner. Breathe, god damn you, woman. Figure out what your lungs work. And they ordered our dessert special to share, a special creme brulee to finish off the evening. They captured everyone's heart so much that, with parental approval of course, my manager gave them half glasses of a 0-proof champagne to toast with the little strawberries on the glass. And that's just cute. And 0-proof, for anyone who doesn't know, that means it's a non-alcoholic champagne, because a champagne is just like a sparkling, kind of thing. Like sparkling, I don't know what exactly is in champagne, but it's like a carbonated beverage. It's kind of like sparkling grape juice, I would assume is what a 0-proof champagne would be like. They joked with the food runner, they complimented my service, they ate every bite of everything, and drank every bit of that sparkling grape juice. Yeah, it was grape juice. They conversed the whole time and giggled. I got talking with one of the moms as they were cashing out about it. How you would think of having a crush on each other would make them shy, but the conversation was literally nonstop, and this was the cutest thing, and honestly, my faith in everything is restored. And I'm happy to hear that their faith is restored, because that is super duper cute. Absolutely precious. Just the cutest thing ever. Like, who doesn't love some wholesome-y stuff? So, yeah, I just needed it. And we're 5 minutes in, so we're gonna go into our next tale from our server. Make sure this tab, what is this tab over here? We're gonna have to load some tabs. Oh yeah, that was the deleted post. Because I have to go through all these tabs and be like, what tab was what? So we're gonna go and move on to our next one. I probably should have kept that one for the end, but I was just like, I really want to read this one. And my computer's just like, hey, we need to update, and you need to update Chrome. And I'm just like, I don't want to lose my tabs. So we're just gonna read through and record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos today. Our next story comes from Oracle Seesaw. Making sure we're capturing it on OBS. Thank you. Shift from Hell. Sorry for any spelling mistakes / weird layout. I am writing this on mobile. Halloween weekend is normal for call-outs, I guess. People party all night and decide to call out without trying to find cover or fuck us all over instead. Call-outs on top of our managers not knowing how to schedule people caused this whole mess. We only had scheduled a total of 4 servers on this morning, one which was a girl who didn't even show up after her first training shift and nobody picked it up, so they just decided to put on the section list anyway. What sense that makes, I will never know. Hold on. So a girl came in for, like, her first training shift, but never showed up afterwards for any other training shifts, and they're still putting her on the schedule? That's weird. Our morning bartender did a no-call, no-show, so our opener server, the only one who is bar-trained, was forced to take over the bar and bar side tables. We find out that the last server won't be there for another 2 hours because he called last night saying he would be late. We are a sports bar. This is one of the busiest times of years for us when it comes to football. By the time I came in early at 11:10, I was scheduled at 12. People were already trickling in, but then the floodgates opened not even 10 minutes later. I get sat back to back to back to back. It never seems to stop. Thankfully, we have QR codes in the center of the table so that people are able to put in their own orders, but I still have to greet them, help explain the QR code, and rush off to get the next table. Most people were actually really understanding. Others grumbled and refused, and I told them I would get to them when I can. 99% of those stubborn people ended up using the QR code that after they got fed up of waiting. Keep in mind, we have no food runners. We, the servers, are the food runners, so it's on us to run the food, obviously. That rule went out the window this morning, and the host, with some complaining, started running the food as well as one of my managers, who was also the expo. The worst thing about it is that our restaurant refused to do wait times. If there's an open table, you sit the party, so we couldn't even stagger out tables. It felt suffocating in a way. Every time I turned, I was being flagged down. More napkins, more refills. Unrelated, but why do teenage boys drink so fast? Where's my beer? I tried my best. I told myself that I would be able to cry when I got home with my cat. Put on a smile and tried to take care of everyone the best I could. Our last morning server came and took care of the new rush of tables as I was busy with the others, and we made it to 3 by our teeth. I made over decent money, but no amount of money in the world will make up for me to do that again. Right? It's just hellish. And maybe that's probably why, like, some people, like, Halloween weekend, like, they get drunk, they party, they're hungover, so yeah, it makes sense some are gonna be late. But also, you have to consider like, some people, they might just no call, no show, or call out simply because they're just like, oh, this is gonna be a hell shift. But them calling out makes it a hell shift for the ones that don't. Which is kind of shitty. But yeah. Our next story, it comes from Tales from the Pharmacy by user Angelita. People are awful. As someone who has worked at an arcade and a kiosk at a mall, I can guarantee you, yes, they are. I'm a pharmacist at a small community retail pharmacy in the middle of nowhere. It's vaccination season, which means on top of all the selling medicines over the counter, checking prescriptions, seeing people for things like rashes and wound care, answering the phones and emails, I also have to do COVID and flu vaccines. People are terrible. I had to run out of the room to grab a new needles bin for about 2 minutes, then run out again to get the right vaccine for someone with an egg allergy, and I got shouted at by someone waiting in the queue to stop messing around. Sorry, next time I'll just give them the normal vaccine and cross my fingers they don't get anaphylaxis. I've been screamed at by people who don't understand that the NHS doesn't pay for your vaccines if you're not clinically vulnerable. Telling me I texted them and now I'm turning them down. I'm just some guy. I don't work for the entire NHS and I can't control what text they send you. People shouting at me that their appointment was half an hour ago, so I should be ready to drop everything else and see them. You were 25 minutes late, so no. People lying about having an appointment at all just to get their vaccine there and then, and I can't really say no. It's just a lot, and there's a lot of ways I can lose concentration and do a lot of harm. People think pharmacy is all about grabbing meds off of a shelf, so I think they just lack any sympathy when it takes me an extra 10 minutes to make sure those meds won't kill you. So, as someone who luckily has never worked at a pharmacy or with any kind of like medical stuff, but I've had some medical stuff, so like I stated earlier, I have migraines. I've been having migraines every day for like the past couple of days, like 2 weeks or so. And I don't always go to the doctor. But when I go to the pharmacy, the pharmacist is who I see most often, and I also have to go and like pick up my dad's stuff. They have to make sure it correlates with your other medications. So like, one of mine, they had to switch out a medication because it wasn't going to work with my other one. I also can't swallow pills, so I have to specifically get pills that are like dissolvable or can like break apart in the powder put in food. But, like, I've had them do that for me, where, like, they'll look at the medication, like, the doctor prescribed, and then they'll look at my stuff when I go to pick it up once it's ready, and went, oh, this medication's not going to work for you because you're on these other two things, or you have these other conditions that are listed on your chart. Let me switch this out with a different one. And sometimes it's not even that, it's, money. So, like, my health insurance won't cover this prescription, like this brand of medication, but they'll cover like the generic non-name brand. Like that's what they're doing with like my dad. My dad is on insulin now. We got a letter in the mail saying, hey, you should go see your doctor. This brand of insulin you're on isn't going to be covered. We have these brands that we're still going to cover. You should see about switching onto those. So I'm just like, it's the pharmacy. I call in, I make sure, like, once I know the prescription is sent, I wait like 20 to 30 minutes. I call in and go, hey, did you receive this prescription for me? And then there's like, yes, we did. It'll be ready in like an hour or so, which is normally about average for the Publix in my area. So yeah, it tracks. Give your pharmacy people time. Also, did we forget the Netflix documentary, The Pharmacist? where the guy is just like, wait a second, why is your doctor prescribing so much of this harmful drug to you? But yeah. Our next story is from Tales from the Front Desk, and this is going to be our last one. And this is posted by Via Steph. You canceled my reservation because I got a cheap rate and you wanted to make more money. Hi, Night Auditor here. We're currently sold out due to a big football game in my area. The whole area is sold out. This woman made a reservation online. Somehow it comes through without a card number. No payment method at all. Manager tried reaching out to her multiple times. Unfortunately, the phone number on file is not in service. None of the calls would go through. We kept her reservation until about 9-ish p.m. When she never showed, we canceled and her room was sold. Well, here she comes at 2:45. I explained to her the situation, no card, we tried calling, etc. Of course, she insists, my phone is perfectly fine, I never got any calls. And, well, you need to find a room to put me in. Like, I can pull a room out of my ass on a sold-out Friday night, sure. Tells me she won't leave and is going to sleep in the lobby, etc. All of this is happening while she is allowing her dog to free roam the hotel. Then accuses us of canceling her reservation because her rate was cheap and we wanted to sell her room for more money. What? Ma'am, do you hear yourself? That's insane. I understand this situation is frustrating for anyone. But I'm sorry. Maybe you should at the very least put a working phone number on file. She played herself here. We could have handled the situation hours ago if we could have been able to get in touch with her. I did call a couple of places for her, and of course, there were no vacancies, because, football game weekend. She kept trying to argue with me. I had to eventually tell her I wasn't going to tolerate her arguing any longer, and she needed to leave. She took a business card and walked out. I swear I do enjoy my job, but the nights like this make me loathe human beings. Fucking hell. ETA, I saw a comment about how I could have done more to help her. What could I have done? Everything within a 30-plus mile radius was booked, and I'm not going out of my way to call hotel after hotel after hotel for a woman who is yelling at and flagrantly disrespecting me. I don't have empathy for people who abuse service workers over their own idiotic mistakes. Which is very true. So, for this story, how I feel is she didn't put in a card number. It was weird that it was even able to go through and be confirmed in any system without, a payment method. Her phone number wasn't valid, which was very weird. If her phone number was valid and the same phone number that y'all had on file, what I think, because this is what I do, I keep getting a shit ton of, spam phone calls, and I'm just tired of, getting those, especially during the middle of the work week. So I have my Do Not Disturb mode on most of the time, and it's set to, contacts only, so unless your number is saved, it's not going through. And I also have call forwarding that I just turn on most days and don't turn off until I get off. So it sends every single phone call, no matter who it is, straight to my voicemail. If you leave a voicemail, I'll get it, and I'll be able to respond. But because I'm so tired of spam and robot calls, I just automatically, most of the time, turn on Do Not Disturb or, call forwarding, because I'm just tired of that shit, really. Not even gonna fucking lie. But yeah, that is Tales from Workers. Thank you all so much for being here, for being awesome. The first story, super cute, super wholesome, made me super duper happy, and I have about 40 minutes to get dressed and leave my house for the doctor, because they're a 30-minute drive away. Also, can you believe my job is just wait, you're just going to the doctor, why aren't you coming back in? I'm just I live an hour and a half drive away from you. I drive an hour and a half. One way to get here, one way to get back. By the time I see my doctor, it will have probably been, like, by the time I'm done seeing them, it will probably be lunchtime. By the time I get done with whatever pharmacy and stuff they have me go to, and by the time I even make it back up there, like, back to where y'all work, where my job is, all the way in fucking Norcross, it would be no point. I wouldn't be on the clock long enough to fucking make gas money. Because you have me in a section where, one, you don't want me making overtime, so you want me to leave even earlier than I normally do, where I have to sit in my car and wait on my husband to get off, like, an hour and a half later. So, yeah, it's not worth the drive. It makes no sense to even fucking bother coming in. That's why I called my doctor. They said, we have this appointment for the next day. I went, cool, I'll take it. You got an email saying, hey, I'm gonna be absent. You don't even have me working on the fucking thing. You called me over to this section to work on because it's having technical difficulties. So I'm just like, it makes no point if I'm here or not. You just have me doing busy work anyway. But it's whatever. That's my rant for today. That's Krissie's rant about bullshit people I work with and the annoying things. Because that lady just says a whole bunch of stupid shit to me, and I'm just like, the fuck do you think? But whatever. Remember to drink water. Drink some kind of soda, tea, coffee, I don't give a fuck. Just stay hydrated. Put some cucumbers in your water, whatever. Stay hydrated. Try not to let people give you headaches. Very, very much thank you to my Patreon and Ko-fi supporters, Dymond and Micah. You're awesome. Also, if this video gets posted before the 25th of November, my friend is going to be in an event called Atlanta Anime Day. And she's going to be doing a dance class. If I recall, it says Atlanta, but it's actually in, like, the Gwinnett Gas thing. I don't know. I'll leave a link in the description if I can remember, or in the comment section. But she's doing a dance class. So, that's awesome. So, thank you all so much for being here, for watching, for listening. Leave a like, all that good stuff. Bye-bye!